This is an example of the non-compliance of Tract A in Parcel 12. On the notes in the plat map, notes for access for common areas and easements, it says an access easement and a drainage easement, which this is Tract A. It's a dedicated drainage easement. In the notes it says no plants or structures should be put inside of the drainage tract that would impede water flow into or over or through the tract. Right here, as you can see, this is a tract that is 11 feet long on the right side of the drawing and 16 feet width at the left end, or the golf end of it. So it's 11 feet on the sidewalk and 16 feet as it borders the golf course. Right here is the sidewalk. It's 11 feet there and 16 feet here. It's supposed to be 169 feet long. And here what we have, these are the boundaries of the drainage tract. Okay? It isn't even 20 feet wide, this drainage tract. And this is the boundary of it. And we have plants inside of the drainage tract. This is a tree right here. These plants aren't supposed to be here. And one thing that you will see in the videos that I show you in the future is no water is allowed to run into this drainage tract from this side up here. This is the west side. Down here is the east side. This side up here is where lot 317 is. This down here is 318. No water is allowed to run into this drainage tract from the west or lot 317. There's a berm that follows this line, that all these plants are planted in a berm that is higher than the berm on this side, what they call a sidewall. Each drainage tract has a sidewall on it, okay? And this sidewall is much higher than this sidewall. Therefore, all the water that comes off the roof of 317, when it comes off the eaves of 317, it falls onto the ground here and is trapped between these plants and the house. There is a trench that is built that's underneath the rock. The rock, the landscaping rock, looks relatively level, but that's hiding a trench that runs along here. That trench captures the water coming off their roof and routes it either to the forward to the street here, or it routes it to the backyard. And when it routes it to the backyard, the yard is graded toward lot 316. So the water doesn't run onto the course from this source of water, this trench that sits at the bottom of the eaves on 317. That water is trapped between the berm that all these plants sit in and the house. It's not allowed to run into the drainage easement. When you see the video of the 100-year storm and this drainage easement is filled up with water, it's filled up with water because they destroyed the grading on it. They put a threshold right here that keeps the water trapped inside here. So this is a catch basin. Instead of the water running on to the golf course and into a catch basin, there is no catch basin. What they did is they extended the 24-inch cement pipe that ran from the curb. It was supposed to stop here. They added 90 feet to it, or 89 feet, and ran it down to the lake. What they did, where the catch basin was supposed to be from here, there's supposed to be a catch basin. Now this is cart path and a tee box. So no water. This is why this was filled in. This is a diagram of the reworking or upgrading of the tract that was passed around before they dug it out per the job order of Woody Skelton. Okay? And they filled the drainage tract with plants right here. These plants aren't supposed to be here. They're giving these plants an hour of water a day. Their intent is that these plants, as fast as possible, will grow and reclaim this drainage tract so it won't appear as a walkway. They don't want anybody walking down this tract. This tract is tax exempt. It's a common area. It's on our books as a cost for water and a cost for landscaping. In the fall, for the fall cutting, 3 young men from Valley Crest Landscaping spent most of the day here trimming these plants. These plants are only a year and a half old. This tract has only been dug out for a year and a half. So in about a year, a little over a year, there was enough growth in all these plants to give 3 men almost a day of work trimming these plants and loading the cuttings onto a truck. Sundance Active Adult paid for that. This tract right now is not available for use by the Sundance Active Adult members. Even though it's on our books and our dues pay for the watering and the trimming of these plants, per Pat Bench Young, this is not an access easement, and it is not to be used as an access easement, and it's not portrayed as an access easement. Anybody that is caught walking down this access easement or using it is told by the residents on each side, the Marinos on this side and the Veskernas on this side, that they're not allowed to walk on this. This is not, per their opinion and Pat Young's opinion, who represents the HOA, this is not an access easement onto the golf course. If it's tax-free and we're paying for the water and we're paying for the landscaping, cuttings, and trimming, then we're supposed to have access to it. This is Tract B on the north side of the 8th fairway by the 3 bunkers in the middle of the 8th fairway. This used to be an access easement onto the golf course. When they filled this in and reworked it at the same time they worked Tract A, they filled in all of this with large crushed stone, making it impossible to walk onto or to drive a golf cart onto. Plus, for the last 10 years, they've had the mailboxes put right here. They have mailboxes here, and they landscape around the mailboxes, so there's no way a golf cart has access onto this access easement. On the plat map, this is an access easement. And this is a lot wider than Tract A. And they've filled it in with big crushed stones, and they've taken it out of service as an access easement or a walking easement onto the golf course.